Good morning, otherworldlies. This is Juliana Angel, your Dark Mass Diva. How's everyone doing? You know what, you guys? I love the 1920s. I love it. That's my favorite era. Who feels like the 1920s are better than the 2020s? Love the 1920s. So, this is what's going on. Okay, so I'm not really like so much a vlogger as I am just kind of like giving relationship advice, being spiritual, you know, like doing astrology and stuff like that. But this is kind of more like a vlog. This is something that's kind of going on with me. So I had this person who was like a so-called best friend. But I just came to the conclusion that I just couldn't even be friends with her anymore. Okay, this is somebody I've known my entire life. And I've made little references to her here and there in other content I've created. But I'll just talk about what she did just to make me finally just say, enough's enough. And then I'll talk about other stuff she did. So I don't want to just tell the whole story and lead up to it and then just be like, bam. I'll just kind of go talk about what happened and then just kind of give the backstory afterwards. Okay, so this is what was going on. So for those of you who have social media, you know what happens like on Facebook, right? If you get on Facebook and you post things and people make problems, people try to argue with you on there, or they post things that are incendiary. You know, they start fights with you on there and that sort of thing. You can get your profile suspended for a week, 2 weeks, a month. So you can actually get kicked off of Facebook. And then they may just decide they don't want you on there. Like Zuckerberg can just completely take your profile away. And sometimes it's not even your fault. Maybe you put a word on there. You can call somebody a silly goose. A friend of mine did that. He called somebody a silly goose and got in trouble. Silly goose. I'm not joking. He got in trouble for saying, "You silly goose," to somebody. That person was a silly goose. Anyway, yeah. I got in trouble for quoting lyrics saying, little pig, let me in." You know that song by Green Jelly? Because I'm a music promoter. I said, little pig, let me in, to tell somebody some song lyrics. I got in trouble. I got suspended for a whole month for that. So that's how easy it is to get kicked off of Facebook. Right? Okay. So, I make my own memes. Alright, and I post articles that I've written. And that sort of thing, because, you know, I'm online and people are asking my advice. A lot of that advice I'm bringing on here. And that sort of thing. So I'm also posting my memes and I'm posting articles I've written on Facebook and that sort of thing. And I also post just like Halloween pictures. And so there are black cats and stuff like that because Halloween is coming. You know, they're animals. I also post like a lot of horses and stuff like that. Big deal, right? Okay. So I posted this one meme that I didn't write this one, but I post a lot of things that I do write. And one thing I posted was your relationship's not going to work out unless the man cares more for the woman. Alright, I stand behind that. It's the truth. He needs to be putting more effort than she needs to be putting in. Ladies, don't mother your man. Okay? Don't put in more effort than he's putting in. Men love by doing. He's not going to love you if you're fussing over him and mothering him, and if you love him more than he loves you. It simply is not going to work. And that's just going by biology. How is a man supposed to love you if you're fussing over him and you're loving him more than he loves you? That simply makes no sense whatsoever. You know, how is he supposed to know that you're a queen and you're worth anything if you're constantly smothering him and loving all over him more than he's loving you? How's a man supposed to fall in love with you if you're like that? Am I right, ladies? Okay, guys, am I right? I mean, how are you supposed to love a woman if she's like all up under you and smothering you and not giving you a chance to chase her and love her and fall in love with her, if she's just like all up under you and, you know, in your face and just, I mean, come on. How is a man supposed to like that? I mean, I'm just using male psychology. I mean, ladies, men like you when you're doing your own thing. They like you better when you're being yourself, when you're not making your whole life revolve around the dude. Real men don't want you catering to them constantly. Come on. They like you when you're your own lady, you know? When you have your own vibe, when you have your own thing going on. So that's basically what that meant. And really, he does need to love you more than you love him. It's just basic psychology, okay? So I said he needs to love you more than you love him for the relationship to work. And the lady needs to be the prize in the relationship, okay? Because she's the lady. The lady's supposed to be pretty. He's supposed to chase her. The sperm chases the egg, okay? He's supposed to be going after her. He's supposed to, you know, because men go after things. If he's not going after you, he's going after another woman. Men always have to be chasing something. It's just true. If he's not going after you, he's going after someone else, okay? Okay, I'm just keeping it real, okay? So, that's all that basically meant. So, she posted, no, under this. That's all she put was, no. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna ignore that. What she didn't understand is, her relationship is working because her husband loves her a lot more than she loves him. In fact, she dogs the man out. She dogs the man out. She just, she's been married twice before, and she loved those two guys more, and they dogged her out. That's why those marriages did not work. The marriage she's in now, he loves her a whole lot more. And that's why that marriage is working. I'm just keeping it real. I mean, she really should be treating him a lot better. Just my opinion. She could be treating him better. Seriously. I feel bad. I mean, just because a man loves you more doesn't mean you need to treat him like garbage. You need to treat your man nice. I mean, that doesn't mean treat him like dirt, okay? You need to love him. I mean, that's just, you know, just because you're the lady and the prize of the relationship does not mean treat your man like dirt. He does not deserve that. Seriously. But she had the nerve to say no to something so obvious that was so obviously true about her own life. So I just ignored that. I'm just like, let it slide. Smart people ignore things, right? Ignore it. So then, recently, you know, I'm posting a lot of pictures of black cats and stuff, and people send me all these cute pictures of black cats. Now, I used to have a black cat called Mushka, and we lost her a few years ago, and I'm really sad, and I never got another cat. I'm just too sad. And I'm thinking, maybe we'll get, you know, another pet when we move. But I'm just, not ready. It's been a few years. And so I'm posting lots of pictures of these pretty fluffy black cats, and there's a black cat, and it had a star on its collar, and you know, she probably thinks the star is like some kind of witchcraft or pentagram or something like that. So she posted nope, N-O-P-E, nope, and I was like, okay. So I erased that comment because I'm thinking, I don't want people seeing that and going, what? Nope. What is that supposed to mean? Because I don't want fights on my Facebook page. I don't want to lose my Facebook page. Who posts nope under a picture of a cat? I mean, if she doesn't want to face the facts about her marriage, that's fine. You know, she can make a fool of herself all she wants under my advice. I mean, I'm not a YouTuber or anything, but nope, under a picture of a cat. Okay, so I'm thinking, all right, she's doing something really stupid. And then I'm thinking about all these other things she does that just give me so much anxiety. It's just this constant me having to put up a boundary with her, and I'm thinking, okay, so I erased the thing that just said nope, and I'm thinking, what is it with her that I'm constantly having to put up a boundary? She's the same person I have to keep telling her to stop trying to come by my apartments and pick me up. I'm always telling her to meet me somewhere else, and she's always trying to find a way to pick me up at my apartments anyway. Or, I'm just constantly telling her over and over not to do something, and she tries to do it anyway. And I'm thinking, looking back on it, she's always trying to find some way to put me down or disrespect me or pick a fight with me or do all these things. So I was talking to somebody about it today, and I go, what is it about this person? And they're iridic, you know what I mean? She's just combative. She's always saying these things and always trying to she's like a habitual line stepper. You guys remember that? Remember that that Dave Chappelle thing with Rick James, being the habitual line stepper? That's what she is, you guys. She's an habitual line stepper. No matter what, she's always trying to find a way to go around and do the thing you asked her not to do. And she's always trying to just almost cause a fight or something. And just be disrespectful and saying no and nope under things. I never go on her profile and say no and nope or dislike anything on her profile, and her posts are really annoying. I mean, I don't have anything against her husband or her kids or anything, but just her posts are just for some reason annoying. And I mean, it's not like I dislike her husband or kids or anything, but just or her church or anything like that. There was just something really annoying about her posts, and I don't know, I can't even put my finger on it. I don't know if she just posts her kids too much or whatever, but I don't know what it is. But it's weird. It's she never really ever puts hearts or likes any of my good news, or refuses to like pictures of my grandchild or my engagement or my sober posts. I mean, I kicked a hardcore drug addiction all by myself, and she never wants to congratulate that or anything. I mean, it is a big deal, you would think. And she calls herself my best friend, and I'm like, dang, what is her worst friend? She never wants to give me any kind of credit or anything. And then I'm thinking back to all the rude things she said to me and just all this weird stuff and everything. So I was talking to a third party, somebody who doesn't know her today, and I'm like, hey, she's been throwing shade for a really long time and saying all this rude stuff and saying no and nope on my profile and all this other stuff. And she's just one time her kids came to visit and they're running around the park, and I came from the hood, okay, as I've said about 1,000,000 times on my show, and her kids are running around the park, and she goes, don't run far away, this is a bad neighborhood. And I said, this isn't a bad neighborhood. I come from a bad neighborhood, and this is actually a nice neighborhood. And she goes, and she looks away. I go, excuse me, I said this isn't a bad neighborhood. And she needed to give me credit from going from a hood to moving to a nice neighborhood. I mean, I really came up. And she did not want to give me credit for that. No way. And I go, I understand, I don't want your kids running off, but this is not a bad neighborhood. And in fact, just a few blocks away are where a lot of famous millionaires live. So trust me, this is not a bad neighborhood. This is actually a tourist attraction where I live. A lot of people, people want to come here and spend money. So I really don't go back to my old neighborhood. I don't want to go back there. It's no one wants to go to my old neighborhood. No one chooses to. Okay, it's pretty much a skid row, my old neighborhood. This neighborhood is really nice. So I kept trying to get in her face, and I go, excuse me, I said this wasn't a bad neighborhood. And I told another friend one time, and my other friend goes, she goes, your whole life is a straight up flex. I don't know why she had to say something like that. I go, me neither. And I told my sister, and my sister goes, you know what? She goes, she just said that because she doesn't want her kids running off. Moms say weird stuff to their kids all the time because they don't want them running off. Like they make up scary stuff, like scary stories so their kids will behave and stuff. And I go, that was just a straight up diss though. Like, why is she trying to say I live in a bad neighborhood? My sister goes, you don't live in a bad neighborhood. She goes, I bring my child there to play. She goes, because it's nice. We like to come see you there. Like we're excited about coming to see you, and it's really fun there. Like it's a tourist attraction over there. And we're proud of you. And when my dad moved me here from where I was to over here, my dad is stingy with compliments. I mean, he doesn't often praise me. And when he moved me from where I lived over here, he went, wow, way to go. And my parents don't praise me often. They're not the kind of parents that we're not I'm not going to say we're like a super stoic family, but they're stingy with the praise when it comes to me. But my dad was like, okay, good. Good. Okay, yeah. You came up, you did it, like he was really happy about that. So he was like, okay, yeah. Like he goes, you made quite a leap. So everybody kind of is on board with, you went from a bad neighborhood to a good neighborhood kind of thing. He's like, okay, you did it. You got out. So, I mean, I'm not trying to brag that I live in some, like I'm rich or anything, because I'm certainly not. I'm struggling because I have to stretch my money further, and I'm still struggling. And I live in this tiny apartment and all this kind of stuff, and I don't have the disposable income I used to have. That's why, please like and share my video. I need to get monetized, guys, so I can make some more money, please. Okay. No lie. So, anyway, I kept trying to tell her, I go, in fact, some famous millionaires live not too far from here. And I kept saying it over and over, and she just refused to acknowledge it. So, long story short, I've known this person my whole entire life, guys, and I'm middle-aged, so I'm an older person. I've known this person forever, and she calls me her best friend. And I decided, you know what? She brings me a lot of stress. She disrespects me. She brings me a lot of stress. And I don't know what her problem is, but I'm tired of trying to confront her and her not acknowledging things and her just trying to start stuff with me. I don't know what's wrong with her. I don't know what the issue is. So I'm just like, and she's done a whole lot of other things, but this video will be an hour long, just me trying to say it. Me trying to tell you guys, and you guys going, God, why didn't you punch her or something? But, so I'm like, you know what? So I blocked her. And I had to go on and I blocked all her kids' profiles because I didn't want her to try to get on her kids' profiles and try to contact me that way. And then I blocked her phone number. And then I was just like, I felt such a relief afterwards. This is someone I've known my whole life, too, and I'm like, you know what, I've had to quit all my freaking bad habits. When I came here, I'm like, you know what, if I really want to make a difference in my life, I have to quit all of my bad habits. I have to totally just be able to get rid of everything that was holding me back in life. And I'm like, even her... So I told somebody else today that doesn't know her, and I go, what is her problem? Why is she always trying to start stuff with me? She's always disrespecting me. She's always like, now it's all this no on my profile, and I go, and that was such a dumb thing for her to do. And she goes, well, like you said, she's this habitual line stepper. Like, no matter what, she just seems bound and determined to do things you tell her not to do. And she's saying no on your profile. And she goes, and whenever you try to show her your YouTube show or tell her about your relationship or do something, she changes the subject. And I go, yeah. Whenever you try to tell her about your grandson, she doesn't want to hear it. And I go, yeah, but she wants me to hear all about her kids. She goes, isn't that interesting? I said, yeah. And whenever you tell her your good news, she looks kind of mad. And I went, yeah. And she goes, she's jealous of you. And I go, she's jealous of me? She goes, yeah. I go, I've had a really hard life. Nobody needs to be jealous of me. Like, why would she be jealous of somebody who's had such a hard life? I've struggled my entire life. Things are actually just now starting to go right for me. And I've lived like a complete life of hardship. Complete life. And I'm not trying to say, oh, my life is so much harder than everybody else's. But why would anyone be jealous of somebody who's had such a hard life? It's only now just going right. And I'm late in life. I mean, my life is only now just going right. So why is she so jealous of somebody whose life is only now going right? She has so much. That's just incredibly, like, it's hard for me to wrap my mind around that. Like, who would be jealous of somebody who's gone through so much? I really don't get that. I mean, their family goes on vacation all the time. She's been married for years and years and years. I mean, my first husband died. I was engaged again. That guy was totally abusive. I had to get away from him. She knows all about that. I managed to fall in love again. Okay, we've been together for 3 years. He proposed this year. Oh, and she was totally mean about that relationship. It was like she wasn't even happy about that. She was, oh, that'll never last. And then he pops the question. So she's now trying to be cool about it, but like, okay. And she said, yeah, she goes, you never know why people are hating on you. I go, I don't know why she's hating on me either, because my life has been so incredibly hard. And she said, some people come from trauma, and they're so self-absorbed, they don't realize how hard somebody else's life has actually been. And I said, she's seen me go through bad things. She's known me my entire life. She's seen me live in the most horrible poverty. She's seen how tough I've had to be. She's just seen like all the like messed up stuff I've been through. I mean, seriously messed up stuff. And like, I made it out. I mean, she's been living, this suburban life for like a really, really long time. But I had to fight my way out. I mean, just to get here. And my life's still a struggle. I'm not saying that everyone else's life is like so much easier than mine, but I mean, my life has been a fight and a struggle. Like, for real, it's like, how is she jealous of me? And this other lady goes, she's just jealous of your vibe. She said, she's one of those people that's miserable inside, and you manage to be happy no matter what. I said, well, I had to fight my way out of it. She said, she sounds extremely judgmental, and she goes, you accept people from all different walks of life. And I said, well, what's there not to accept? I've been down and out. It humbles you. It does. So it's like, I wouldn't want to go backwards, but I've been there. I don't forget where I came from. And she said, she just sounds like an unhappy person. And she goes, don't be surprised after you blocked her and did all this kind of stuff and just went through and did everything you could just to keep her from contacting you, that she doesn't try to find some other way to contact you. And I go, like, if someone is hating on you that bad, why are they trying to be friends with you? And she goes, that's just the nature of haters. They still try to be friends with you even when they're hating on you. I'm like, why doesn't she be friends with somebody who doesn't make her feel bad about herself? Because I know if I'm jealous of someone, I don't want to be around them. If I'm around someone and they're making me feel inferior, why would I want to be around them? I don't want to be around anyone who's making me feel bad about myself. You know what I mean? Like if I was around someone and they were just making me feel less than, why would I want to be around them? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, somebody explain it to me or something, because what is it about haters, you guys? And I mean, should my feelings be hurt? I mean, what is that? It's just self-absorbed people pick fights. That is the marker of a self-absorbed person. They're combative. They're erratic. They're combative. They think they're right. And they don't want you to be themselves, yourself. They want to be right because they need they need to feel power. They feel out of control because you're being yourself. And because you like yourself. They don't like themselves, guys. I'm like, she must really not like herself. She must really have a hard time being happy. I'm just happy I'm still alive. Like, whoa. I managed to survive all that stuff. I mean, it was some really bad stuff, you guys. Really bad stuff. It's amazing I'm still here. And doing so well. I mean, I'm doing so well and I survived. So it's not like I not only survived, but I'm doing this well. It's incredible. But I'm like, not a moment too soon. I feel so much better. Like, I don't know what took me so long to just block and delete. And it, you know what? It really didn't come out until I moved here. And it's weird because I remember describing her behavior to my mother and sister last June on my birthday. And my mom goes, do you really have to stay friends with her? Because she's just acting crazy. Like, why is she doing the stuff that she's doing, like, and saying all that weird stuff to you? Like, she doesn't seem to be happy about your engagement, or you know, she doesn't want to hear about your grandson, and like, she's always talking about her kids all the time, but the minute you try to talk about your grandson, or brag about your son's new job, or get excited about, you know, your own kids, like, she doesn't even want to hear it. You know, and she was just sounded mad when she found out you were in a new relationship. I'm like, yeah, like, I don't deserve love after everything I've been through. My first husband died. My second engagement didn't work out. That was really sad. I mean, you know, any of you who've ever been in love and you know, you lost a spouse to death early in life, and then your second one didn't work out, and like, I didn't give up. Don't ever give up on love. Ever. Or anything. I just don't understand her, you guys. But if anyone's not treating you right, get rid of them. It doesn't matter if you've known them for like 40 years. I've known her for 40 years, you guys. That's a long time. A long time. So, I'm like, it was hard though. But I'm like, I've quit addictions. I've done all this amazing stuff with my life. I can stop being friends with someone toxic and mean. So that's kind of basically what I had to say right now. I don't get it though. Why do haters try to be your friend? And they're hating on you. I'm still trying to get that, you guys. What is that? And I guess I just didn't want to face it. Just because we'd been friends for so long. She's hating on me. I mean, it hurts my feelings. I mean, I can't do well now. She can't like me now that I'm finally doing well in life. Finally. That's messed up. But my eyes are open. And I had to face something really unpleasant. And I had to completely block her out of my life. But now I'm not worried about her being the habitual line stepper. And I don't have to worry about her trying to make me lose my Facebook profile. And all that stuff. So I'm happy about that. So otherworldlies, that was my vlog. And I wish everybody blessings. And if you have a toxic person, the holidays are about to start. Get them out of your life right now. Okay, because I feel a lot better. It's really making me sad, but I feel a whole lot better. So there's mixed feelings, but I know I did the right thing. So I love you all, and you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.